Okay. Okay. Let the trains go past. Another 20-minute YouTube Real Talk. Woo! What's going on, people? What's going on, people? It's your boy, Shaoba McCoy, and you are now rocking with another Real Talk, YouTube Real Talk. It is June 15th, 2020. It's my brother's birthday. Happy birthday, Farouk. You know, getting older, getting wiser, getting smarter. Today's his birthday. Again, my name is Shaoba McCoy, and this is YouTube Real Talk. This is my series I do twice a month. Right now, this is episode number five. You know, the episodes come out the 1st and the 15th of each month. Just like those government checks, but not a stimulus check. They come out when they want to come out. But the normal 1st and 15th checks, like back in the days. That's how they come out. Sometimes I'm late. Sometimes I don't do it on time. But you just know it's gonna come. Okay, so this particular episode, we're dealing with a really important topic: filmmaking in the new America. How is it possible? It's a big topic right there, a real big topic. Because things are changing in the world, There's a lot of uncertainty what cats are doing. But before we get really into it, I need to give you those growth numbers. So, since the last time I've done a YouTube Real Talk, I got 38 new subscribers. Channel is growing. Thank you guys for joining me. Well, rather, thank you guys for joining me on this journey. I'm still focusing on refining the look of the platform. So it's kind of rough around the edges right now, but no, as I fix it up, I'm gonna fix it up nice. Fixing it up. Took the hat off this time. The hat's gone. Got the baldy. It is what it is. Another thing too is I'm prepping to begin doing this series live. Going to be really interesting. I want to get that Blackmagic ATM Mini Pro. Yeah, I know I said Blackmagic, but I like that little switcher, for like a small setup where you want to have your computer and your camera, like two other HDMI devices. I think is really worth it. Right now it's out of stock, so I can't pick one up now. But when I start going live, I want to go live with that, so I can switch. I'm using my hands. I have one hand rocking my iPad that shows my PowerPoint. I do this with a PowerPoint, some bullet points so I can remember what I'm talking about. Other one with the ATM Mini, switching cameras, switching things. I think it's gonna look good. I'm still focusing as well on my speech patterns. I did a video for Caleb Hoover on this channel regarding, the things that's going on with George Floyd's death and all those things. I actually did 2 videos with him. And I noticed something for myself that I'm still struggling speaking clear and getting my point across really quick, concise. I'm not using the skills that I've acquired in my other job. So I'm learning. I need to fix that and just be more concise, straight to the point. That way I don't lose people in the message. Again, welcome to my Real Talk. This is my growth. Next week after that, 2 weeks from now, 15 more days, we see how we get from there. Okay. So again, today's topic is about filmmaking in the new America. If you haven't noticed, well, I'm pretty sure you have noticed, all of production has stopped around the United States due to the COVID-19 pandemic. With that pandemic, a key aspect to making it go away was controlling the number of people that could be around at one time, right? Also, too, you have to wear masks and certain coverings. So it limits the size of production crews, right? And there's also new regulations and guidelines that just came out from SAG and so forth that makes it more limiting into how you can do certain productions, right? It makes it harder for maybe mid-level productions. Another ramification is that trying to get insurance. If you are say a no budget, well, low budget. Low budget is different than no budget. If you're a low budget company trying to get insurance because you're using SAG actors, it might be nearly impossible because insurance is not going to cover any COVID-19 problems at this time. And if you might have your set up, then you might have a slick actor who gets gets the cough. You know, what I mean, the cough of you don't want to be there, so I start sneezing. You know, production might go down again. I make jokes, I laugh, because sometimes it's funny. Well, it's not funny. That's the wrong word. Sometimes, you know, you have to be lighthearted, you know, going through a bad situation. That's what I'm trying to say, right? So, but it's still unreal for 2020. It's a crazy year with a lot of things that's happening in terms of the world. They're also, we're dealing with like an economic crisis, which is really serious, you know. A lot of small businesses, if you're a commercial company, trying to work with small businesses who are trying to create a market for themselves, they're closing it down shop, man. You know, I'm in New York City, a lot of companies, a lot of small mom and pops or maybe local like eateries are going out of business, you know. They don't have the capital to invest in marketing. There's a lot of layoffs happening, you know. They don't tell you about it, but it's actually a major depression that we're dealing with right now. You know, and a depression with the unemployment and certain things, this might be the greatest depression this country has ever dealt with, because we had the layoffs and the job losses happen so rapidly, right? And they're expecting to have a recovery and all this other stuff. I'm not an economics person, or economist, but I can tell you that based off the things I'm hearing, it's going to be rougher or harder before it gets easier, better, right? A lot of people going to lose their jobs. A lot of businesses going to lose their leases, whereas they have to relocate or just go out of business, you know. And some of these companies, these small companies, or the companies that freelancers, small filmmaking companies eat off, you know, those companies that feed them, because we're doing a service for other companies, you know. So it's a real major situation right now. And another thing, you know, that's about the economy that we have to look at is probably a war on the horizon, because to get out of a lot of situations like this, companies manufacture or produce wars. They produce wars, right? Or they have a conflict with somebody, this, that, and third. I'm not going to tell you who I think they're going to have a conflict with, but no, I think they're going to have a conflict. And it's sad because, you know, people's lives are going to be lost just for the sake of getting the economy right. And this is how they do things, you know. But that's neither here nor there. This is not a political channel. I'm just speaking my mind, speaking my thoughts, you know. The key thing is right now is small companies, even larger companies, don't need traditional filmmaking marketing right now. If you have a studio and you're doing stuff, yeah, it might work for you right now, you know, because you got all your own separate space. You know, you got your little boat moving the thing, moving. You know what I'm saying? It's just you and the boat, and you're red, maybe. You know, that's not everybody's situation. Then also, to another complicating factor is the civil unrest. You know, I know you heard it all over the news about George Floyd's death, but many other people died too. You know, like Breonna Taylor, I think her name is, and there's your other young guy. I think his name is Aubrey. Sometimes I get names mixed up and names bad. I've really been bad with names all my life, so don't fault me for that. I just know a lot of people's getting murdered. I know we had somebody got murdered in Atlanta a couple of days ago by the police in the Wendy's. So there's a lot of things happening around the world regarding these types of incidents, you know, and that also complicates how or people's needs for filmmaking, right? It is, because people are really demanding change right now. They focus on changing how things are. Now, as a filmmaker, you can use this as a platform to help you grow yourself, but not everybody is a documentary filmmaker. You know, that's a skill within itself. But it's not to say that you can't do it. It's just that these things complicate the reasoning to go and create films and do corporate stuff and get money, get paid for your skill set. And that's what's happening right now. So then the key question is really, how do we get around this? How do you get around being a filmmaker in 2020? How do you stay being a filmmaker in 2020 with all this change, all these things happening in the world? Like, how do you do this? You know, that's the golden question. What I believe is that brands that are medium-sized companies and large production companies, those are the companies that are in the most trouble because they rely on getting clients and the clients keeping them paid so they can pay their employees, and they can keep their company at a certain scope, a certain level. Because some of these brands pay tens to $100,000 just to shoot a 30-second ad, and there's maybe 5 to 10, 15, maybe 20 people eating off that money in that company. And so if you don't have stuff coming in, you have to lay those people off. So they have a harder situation, I think. It's harder for them because at the end of the day is they have to feed so many mouths, right? And then you have, and also too, if there comes a situation now where you're going to have a specialized insurance policy, which is probably going to happen because of the COVID situation, maybe a lot of companies can't afford that, you know? I think that's the thing. I think I was reading in an article where, yeah, production is gonna start, but these companies are not gonna honor new policies that want to cover COVID-19 situations. So then now it's waivers. You gotta get. I think the NBA is trying to do this stuff with waivers and stuff. I believe Trump at this time he's looking to do his Republican party thing, you know, that they do before the thing is, and you have to have people sign waivers and stuff. So, you know, there's a lot of those situations that are happening, a lot of those situations that are making this more complicated. But there's ways around this 100%. You know, I believe that if this is going to affect people who have medium to large companies, as I said, but small companies and startups, you have an opportunity right now to get a piece of the pie. And what I mean by this, right? If you're a small content creator like myself, or run a small company, which I've actually been financing for all this time, my company's called Great King Visuals. It's kind of complex. I've actually been financing this company for the last 2 years, getting gear, looking for crew members, and vetting them, making sure they're going to fit the mold what I'm trying to work at. So it's good for me right now in terms of building, right? I'm in the build mode. But I also follow the same philosophy of no budget filmmaking. Remember earlier I said low budget and no budget is two different things. No budget and guerrilla filmmaking, we really don't follow regulations in the first place. And I ain't saying you need to not follow regulations, but the type of projects I'm looking to do right now are small crew projects, 3 to 5 people, you know, if not solo by myself. Those parameters kind of fall in line with what's going on right now. I don't really get insurance for my guerrilla filmmaking events. You know, I do more like organized stuff, but for those things, I don't look for permits and stuff. I don't look for things like that, but I will try to look for that if I'm doing something one day to get a bigger project, or I might need a certain space, right? I might go to Peer Space, find a space. I go to this other website. I forget what it's called. It's like Peer Space. And find a space, I just use that. You still can use that. Right now, you probably get a great deal on them spots because they ain't being used right now, right? But this situation shouldn't apply to you if you're a startup. So this is actually a great time for you. My advice is to go, start doing a web series. Get a cast of like 2 to 3 people in one location and start shooting web series. Start shooting little things and put them on YouTube. Right now, what I see is happening, there's not enough content being produced to keep people wrapped up, right? So I've been home for a while. My Netflix is getting kind of slow. I was watching the Five Bloods, whatever the case may be. It's a movie about Vietnam and how these black men were in Vietnam. They had some gold and they found they stashed away some gold and they went back to recover it. It's actually a nice movie, nice, informative movie for a person like myself who doesn't know much about Vietnam, the Vietnam War. So it was cool. So not a lot of old school black actors were inside of it. Can't tell you their names because I'm not a good names person. I know the dude that was part of Black Panther, played Black Panther. I think his name Chadwick. I think his name is. He has been a part of it. Not as much as you think it is, but he is a big censor of it. He's Stormin' Norman, right? But I'm not here to talk about the movie. It's on Netflix. You can go watch the movie. I think it's a good movie to support. Get some insight. I'll let you know right now, there are some graphic moments in this movie that throw you off. And yeah, there was a scene in the beginning that threw me off, was watching some of the cruelty in war times. So it was not cool, But, well, not cool in the war times, but was a good understanding of what was happening. There I go rambling again. I tell you, I do this a lot sometimes. Neither here nor there, right? What I was talking to you about is maybe creating web series, small projects in one location. Because if you're building your company up, what you should be doing right now is looking for opportunities to grow your reel. Look for opportunities to go into different lanes that you normally don't go on. Like most of my stuff I try to create right now is like naturalistic or low key. Like it's low key lighting. I don't really look for high key lighting projects, but I do have enough lighting where I can do high key projects. I mean, I do rock a couple of 300Ds and 120Ds and some whole bunch of other lights. So I have enough I can do, a small project where that's high key. I might need to try that. I need to try something like that, right? I haven't done that or experimented with that yet, so let me try that. There's those opportunities because you will come out the storm, but you need to come out the storm having a new skill, or something that can show different, So I've been doing a lot of research on that. Right now, just really focus on creating short projects. I'm about to start up a project right now, short, that I wanted to shoot for a long time, that I was sitting on it, right? But this is the time to do that stuff. You also too, I mean, if you were hustling for that money and you're a minority, PSA announced PSA Films, backed by the government, does happen right now. Your clientele might not be the right normal corporate accounts, but you can link up with different colleges, link up with different school districts, health department, fine, and you won't get the same bucks as you're getting with a bigger situation with the corporate or private sector jobs, contracts. But you will, get something. Here's a funny thing. I went food shopping yesterday with my son, and I had this mask. I got this nice mask, right? They're selling these masks right now. It's cool. It has these straps, right? These straps and stuff. I had it on, and it's kind of good. One thing I did, I was inside a supermarket. It was this older man. It was wrong, but it was funny. I had sneezed. I have allergies, right? Big boom. Just gonna. I was apologizing so much. I said, it's okay. I got a mask. He was up there stocking the shelves, right? So I'm saying there's a lot of, I guess I'm just throwing it out there because there's a lot of anxiety in the air right now, second wave and all this other stuff. So, people's lives are in danger. And if you don't really do the proper thing on your set, you can hurt the situation. It's gonna be really bad. So I get it why it's hard to figure it out. But I think if you go small, right now, you actually will go big. If that makes sense. Go small to go big. You know, you sit down there, you try to create small projects, build that reel up, learn new skills that you can learn. I'm not gonna say learn new skills. I think that's the wrong thing to do. Get deeper with your skills because the with YouTube it gives you a overview most times. It's rare you can get information that's really deep in a particular skill level, like a gaffer is what a gaffer really does. That hands-on knowledge. You're not gonna get that as much, but if you focus on that skill on your own and try to solve problems, right? That's the key thing. Like right now, I've been focusing on my cinematography skills, because for me right now, that's the most compelling aspect of filmmaking. You know, I like to be behind my camera. I like to actually light my sets. So I've been really studying, lighting, how the eyes work in terms of like how many stops the eyes see at one given time. Understanding shadows. Like shadows are more important than light. And really understanding how to manipulate the shadows or get the shadows that you want to tell the story that you need. And that's really, really important. Lighting's bigger than 3-point lighting. And so it's how you go about creating the right look for the emotion you're trying to relate to the audience. That takes years. I don't know. You saw some of these cinematographers or these DPs like Roger Deakins and stuff. They look old. They got the gray hairs. Look like they can retire right now. But they're sought after because of their knowledge, right? Their knowledge, right? They understand certain aspects. That's what I want to aspire to. I want to aspire to have that knowledge, because if you can craft, I think for me, the most compelling thing is if I ever got a chance to shoot a film, and I had all range of just how to light it the way I want to light it to tell the story. That'd be my pinnacle. And the movie could flop. Don't care about that. I care about the art. I care about giving it out there. That's another reason why I started my company, because my company is really based on creating short form and hopefully one point in my life in the future, a feature film throughout my company. That's been my focus. Excuse me. My focus in growing my company. So that's why it takes a lot of learning. But getting back to the point, what I'm saying, using this time to sharpen your skills, your skill set. Because even building a company is a skill, even finding the people, the right crew members, getting all your personal marketing, branding stuff out there in the right places, creating, if you use digital products, getting those created and all that stuff and getting everything out there so you have a presence. It's a skill by itself that you have to master. And if you want to be the leader of your company, you need to also control these things as well. So I've really been looking at that. That's not as hard for me, but again, I'm not the greatest at that stuff as well, because in the days I'm still building a company, and the company probably is gonna get fed by doing small projects for other brands. Taking that traditional model of you have a production company and you do your own passion projects, but but on the side you do other people's projects to keep the lights on, right? That's the model I'm going for, and that requires some things. So take the time to really get to that point, because you can have this small company that if everything lines up and is in the right places, well, I didn't turn off the computer this time. Wow. Everything lines up, is in the right places, your company can blow up. Okay, at the end of the day, is story. Story is what matters, right? If you look at some of these YouTube comedy shows, right? Like King V, I watch. I like King V a lot. Minx, Big Jaw. Yo, it is not any quality in terms of production value. Audio suspect. Cinematography is suspect. Shaky. There's no consistent lighting. No continuity at all. No continuity, right? But these shows get millions of views when they drop. Why is that? Because they have good writers that find stories that make sense. And that's what that matters, man. Right? So you get out there, start creating stories where you can use your cinematography skills, your production skills, to help tell that story better. That's gonna be the dope part right now. That's gonna be where cats make their bread, right? So that's my advice to everybody right now. In this new America, go out there and start shooting stuff. I've been in contact with a few dancers right now because I want to do some dance videos in the street or in a studio where there's not a lot of people, just me, maybe two other people and the dancer, and just really working that project out. That's my goal right now for the summertime. Do some dance videos, to do some actor like reels and everything. Because no, these are small projects. I might be shooting a scene for an actor and just help them for their lifestyle. I guess trying to work with creators. Right, that's it. Using my services to help other creators get ready for when things change back. Right? Or get ready when things open up. Because it's never going to change back. No, it's not going back to the old ways. You know, can't do that. So that's been my focus right now, and just finding those opportunities and also creating my own projects. You know, I think that's the right way to go. You know, shoot some fashion films, some small brands outside. That'd be the way to go. Shoot some dance videos, because dancers always need to show off their choreography, you know. And I wouldn't even be charging cats like that. I would just do them right now, because you're not really doing nothing anyway. So you're sharpening up your skills, you know, just do them. You know, if you get a little bread, more power to you. But I wouldn't, you know, just do it. Knock it out. I think that's the right thing to do is that's it. I don't know, maybe you want to do a video opportunity for a beer garden who has outdoor dining. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think outside the box. Step to them, yo, I can shoot a video for you. Looks good on your reel. Something different than what you were supposed to be doing. Cause you sharpening your skills. This is not like riding a bike. You know, if you don't practice daily or do the work, real talk, you're gonna fall off. The bike, yeah, get it. You're gonna fall off. Cause there's so much to learn. There's so much to just to digest. And this is the time that you can use to digest all this stuff. We're going to have a second wave out the country. I mean, people are having that right now. So things are going to shut down again. It's inevitable, you know. But you also want to get, well, another side note, if you got money to invest in your company, my suggestion too, look for them deals. A lot of new things is coming out. A lot of cats, I hate to say it, are going out of business. They're going to be selling off their gear. You might find some good discounts and sales coming up. You find those. If you want to stay the long haul, jump on them. You know, I'm looking to get some new cameras right now. Quiet cap. I was looking at the Red Komodo. That's the camera I really want to get my hands on. But the problem is I need two cameras. I need two of them jump offs, and to kit out the Red Komodo, it looks like, you know, it's like $5,000-$6,000 to buy the camera. It's probably going to be another 2 racks to actually get it to work properly. You got to get a cage. I can see that right now. You need some really fast CFast cards or whatever cards they're using and everything. You need to get a monitor. you know, and then there's some other little things you need here and there, like maybe a battery plate. I saw this guy named Philip. I forget his name. One of Scott's peoples, and he had a nice rigged out. I'm sorry about that. Record limits on the camera. I was talking about the how I want to grow my company and how I need to get some new cameras. So I was thinking about the Komodo cameras. Like I was saying, the Komodo is going to take about $7,000 a kit out, but I need 2 cameras, and that's the problem. So I'm telling you that there's going to be deals. Probably not on the reds, but no, I see these deals coming up. I'm settling for the. I'm not gonna say I'm settling. That's the wrong word. I'm going to get my hands on 2 of the Z cams because I also have the Atomos monitors, so I'm already set up for the ProRes RAW, and I'm a Final Cut Pro editor anyway. That's my platform. You can hate me. I like Final Cut Pro for everything, even my coloring. I just like Final Cut Pro. So I'm looking at that Zcam E2, well no, Zcam M4 and the Zcam S6. Those are 2 cameras I'm looking to get my hands on, and it's because I have a lot of Micro Four Third cinema lenses that I don't want to not be able to use. And the good thing about the Z cams, you have these swappable mounts. It's just a few screws. You can put a Micro Four Thirds mount on the S6, which is cool because some of my lenses does cover Super 35. So I'm rambling again. I apologize. But what I'm saying is there's going to be deals. People selling their gear off, and you need to weather the storm, pick the stuff up, you know, and then learn them and become proficient become proficient with that gear. That's going to happen right now and whatnot. So yeah, so that's what I'm saying to you right now. This is just a quick hit to stay consistent. You know, if you're a filmmaker right now, again, you want to sharpen your knives, you want to start producing, if you want to call them passion projects, experimental projects, whatever you talking about, start doing that right now. In terms of the before I sign off, I'm going to start doing my regular content soon. You know, I just took a little time off just to make sure, you know, I gave space to the political protests that are happening in the world right now. I didn't feel comfortable bringing gear conversations right now. So I've been figuring out how to incorporate the movements still within my content. So but coming soon, that content is coming. You know, I got a lot of stuff on deck that I've been putting together. You know, writing the scripts and all that stuff. So it's getting there. It's getting there. So I'm hoping to release probably two more videos this week and see what's going on. So that's about it. I hope you guys have a great day. You know, sign up to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave me a comment, because I like to talk. You know, I answer mostly all my comments. I know I answer every comment, but I have no reason not to. I answer all my comments. So hit me up, talk to me. Check out Caleb's channel because we did a video together. I'll leave a link in the descriptions, and check out Brian Francisco. He did a great, powerful video, and he featured me inside the video around the Black Lives Matter. Yeah, it was dope, man. It was dope. It was very, very, very powerful. You know, so definitely check that out. I'll leave a link for that as well. And that's it, man. Enjoy your day.